So guys, I'm doing a lot of work on figuring out how Rescue Ace is going to play after Phantom Nightmare. So far this is my build, however it is liable to change. I think the deck changes a lot in terms of how you play it and the theory on what's the best. But I'm going to go through my choices and what I think is good about this list. So this is probably what I'll start with, but things will change a lot. Now, to start off with, what I really like is that you have a lot more one-card combos now. So you have Lost Airlifter, but your Wanteds are one-card combos, your Bonfire are one-card combos, your Airlifter is one-card combo. You can play Rogues if you want, I'm not. Then you also have 1.5 card combos in the form of Dear Bellstar, the Dark Witch as well. You can play multiple again, I'm not. However, that may change. So you've got a lot of good one-card combos. Now, and when a deck has a lot of one-card combos, especially a deck like Rescue Ace, I think the best way to play it becomes that resource game where I want to slow my opponent down, chuck hand traps at them, force them to interact with me in the most inefficient way possible, and then win like that. And so that influences my decision to play Fenrir in this. I think Fenrir becomes a lot better. The problem with Rescue Ace right now is two things. Firstly, you're going to lose to draw a lot harder than you did before. And secondly, your Hydrant line is easier to stop with other hand traps. If they have two hand traps, it's hard for Hydrant to push through. And so the idea is that Fenrir is going to play well into situations where I get stopped somewhere in my combo and I just have like a Hydrant on board. Because it will be nice where I get stopped, however I still have Fenrir, I still maybe have one or two hand traps, and then I can punish my opponent. Or I have talents them, rip their hand, and then I can punish my opponent. Fenrir plays well into Vikings, getting rid of a lot of their back row and getting rid of a lot of their random monsters. Plays well into the Rescue Ace Mirror. I mean, it's going to play well into everything, so I really like Fenrir. The other thing is, the Ghost Girls are really good this format. The Ghost Girls are really, really good. Ash, Ogre, and Bell are all great cards. I wanted to main deck Ogre as well, but I just couldn't find the room for it. And because of that, because remember, Bell actually stops both Wanted and Alert, and Rescue Ace players will be playing Alert more now. They'll play more copies of Alert. And because of that, I like the option of sometimes summoning a Witch or a Fenrir, and then normal summoning a hand trap and making Baron in the simplified game state. I cannot overstate just how effective that play is at just winning the game, where you make Baron in the simplified game state, and then next turn, after you use the negate, Baron back to the extra deck, you summon out your Witch and you start comboing, and it puts your opponent in such a horrible position. And because of that, because I'm playing 6 Ghost Girls, it really encouraged me that, again, yeah, I really want copies of Fenrir. I want that option available to me. That does change me playing more Impulse, and I don't think Impulse is as good anymore. I think that the disadvantage of Impulse is it doesn't really start your combo. It sometimes does, but it won't always start your combo. And because you play so many other kind of mini engines and stuff, like the Bonfires and stuff now, I don't want to clog my deck with random Rescue Ace cards that don't combo with those. So yeah, I really like Fenrir, really like those. Then moving into the extra deck, we have a relatively similar extra deck. I'd say the 3 biggest changes are going to be the addition of Baron, which I've already explained. It's going to be the addition of these Fire Links, and then it's going to be the re-addition of the Nightmares. So the Nightmares, I had a bit of discussion about this. I don't know, I did a deck profile on my Rescue Ace build a while ago, but the thing about the Nightmares is that SP Little Knight has the issue of it's very telegraphed. Your opponent knows when they're about to get SP'd, which makes this card not as good as you'd think at breaking boards. A lot of times I have the issue of, I have one or two issues. Either I can't kill them if I use SP, or my opponent knows SP is coming and so they stop it. This doesn't mean SP isn't good, that's why it's the only card I'm playing 2 of in my extra deck. However, I don't really want SP for cracking and destroying problems. That's not its job. Its job is really to push my tempo further. It's a win more card. It's when I'm ahead, it pushes me even further ahead. Turn 1, I've comboed, I've made a Masquerader, and then I SP on their turn. On my turn, after they've had their turn 1, I push through all the interactions, then I SP to get even more disruption. That's when it's good. However, the Nightmare Phoenix and Unicorn solve the problem of Unicorn is for OTKing. It really helps facilitate the access code OTK without having to use Selene. And Nightmare Phoenix is for outing problematic back row. It really just does the job better than SP a lot of the times. Because sometimes I don't want to have to make a Link Reaver or something first before I out their back row. I just want to turn any 2 monsters into your back row is outed. Really good. The other thing I like as well is there's 2 monsters with different names, so I can do it with tokens as well, which actually does come up a lot. SP is to affect monsters. So yeah, that's the Nightmares. And then we have the Fire Links. So what do the Fire Links do? Well, essentially, Promethean Princess is good by herself. She can be made by any two effect monsters. This is so important because it means that both of your Charmers get into her super easy, and you have to keep this in mind. This card is very, very easy to summon. Then now she does lock you into fire monsters, however, she can summon any fire monster from your graveyard, which means if you get drolled or something, but you do have access to a Turbulence Engrave, you can still play. This is so important, and I feel like there's a world where maybe Turbulence does go back to 2 just because of this card. It's just really good. But then also, so you can do things like make Masquerena, make your Promethean Princess, make Amberwell. Then when you summon Amberwell back out, if this card is destroyed, that can bring out IP Masquerena, and then you can link your opponent's turn into SP. I mean, there's so many weird combos you can do with this card. It's very good. I definitely think there's huge potential with these two. So many combos that I can't even explain. So what I'm going to quickly do is show you guys the combo with Bonfire, just how Bonfire works, and it's literally identical to Wanted. It does the same thing. So if you know the Wanted combo, you know this combo. So not shuffle deck, no opponent. What's going to happen is, oh, I did that incorrectly somehow, so hand test settings. I feel like I'm reading this and I'm not understanding this because I've turned off the shuffle deck. So Bonfire is going to search Populous. Populous is going to summon itself out of the hand, and when Populous summons itself out of the hand, it's going to search for your Sinful Spoils Snake Eye spell. So search for Sinful Spoils Snake Eye, use the effects of this card, and this is going to summon Hydra from the deck, and then from here it just becomes your standard Rescue Ace combo. Now Populous also has an effect when it goes to graveyard that does come up sometimes. It's a pretty nice effect. However, we're not going to talk about it now because it's not going to be relevant for this version of the deck at least. But yeah, we're going to go into Airlifter. Airlifter is going to search for Emergency. You're going to Emergency to put Turbulence on the board, sending this. Turbulence is going to set 4, and so here I'm going to show you the kind of board you can end on with Amberwell, which is nice, I would say, for this deck. So we're going to Alert and Rescue. Then from here, we're going to use Alert to search for Preventer. Alert searches out your Preventer here. Then now I do like banishing my Hydrant instead, just because I don't want to be forced to use my Preventer effect on my opponent's turn and play into talents unless I absolutely have to. So it's like I'm just going to use it now and not hold it for there. But yeah, we've got our 3 monsters on board. Then, like I said, the nice thing to do here is you make IP Masquerena here instead of making it later. You could still end on IP Masquerena. There's really nothing stopping you from doing that. However, I would say you go for IP Masquerena here. You link these 2 off into Promethean Princess. Promethean Princess is going to reborn another card from Graves, so it's up to you what you want to reborn here. I'll reborn just a random Airlifter, it doesn't matter. And then we go into our link 4. So as you can see, what's going to happen here, what's really nice about this board is, if this card is destroyed, it brings back IP Masquerena, which is going to happen when I trigger my Promethean Princess. So they normal summon a monster, I pop this, I pop their card, IP Masquerena comes back out, and Promethean Princess comes back out. You have to remember to order your chain links correctly, otherwise it won't summon because this does lock you into fire monsters. Then you're going to have your 3 sets still, your Contain, your Extinguish, and you've got them live because of Hydrogen on the board. So this is a really good board. This is the kind of thing that Rescue Ace does do now with the new Snake Eye cards and the new Fire Links. So yeah, guys, this is where my Phantom Nightmare Rescue Ace build is at the moment. Like I said, it is liable to change. I do think this deck has so much potential, and I've got a lot of testing to do. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.